welcome my friend to this video. And to this video, we're just going to discuss about the biggest downside of Next.js as a framework. And my name is JB, and if you are new here, thank you for coming. And if you already a fan of my content, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you don't actually miss my videos. So in today's video is actually just going to be discussing around Next.js. And as a person who have used Next.js at so many levels and also at a deeper level, I will be talking about caching at an experience level. Next.js is one of the best framework I have ever used. It is the best so far in React world and also in JavaScript world. Everyone knows that, and it is so far the best, I think. Irrespective of course other comparisons, there are so other nice frameworks outside there like SvetKit and so on. But Next.js still beats them by far. Okay, so if you just go to showcase here just to show you very fast, there are so many applications which are using Next.js, the big companies which actually believe in Next.js, and that is to show you that already Next.js is a big deal. Okay, for instance, yes, if you can look from here, you can see Zapier, one of the biggest tools for automating. They're using Next.js. OpenAI, ChatGPT, they're using Next.js. So you can just even just come here and see how they have different web apps and so on. So many web applications are being powered like HBO Max. They're all powered by Next.js. Spotify is powered by Next.js and so many others. You can just go the showcase and see Stripe is powered by Next.js. So you can just go and see so many here, and that one shows you that Next.js has become a cure and solves the really problem that developers are looking for. Okay. However, there is this problem that every developer, at least if I've been using Next.js, you must have encountered with, and that is caching. Okay. If you want to know the extent of caching that Next.js took it to the, I think this was, I don't know if it's at a personal level, but they took it really to the next level. Caching, it was good at first, but later on it is starting to actually becoming a problem. Okay, if you just go to their documentation and you search the word caching, you will just notice that the word caching or the topic caching is almost on every page. Okay, like caching is everywhere. As you can see, data fetching, caching, data fetching is a core part of them, blah blah. They have caching there. Caching in Next.js, route handler there is caching, start routes there is caching, ESN there is caching, link and next and navigating there is caching. They have caching everywhere. Okay, there is no possible way that you have worked with Next.js to build really big applications and you didn't actually have problems with caching. Okay, now if you are building actually like a landing page or website, you will not have these problems. This comes when you actually building a web application, including like you have a database authentication and even having data mutation in real time. Okay, if you are just building like a blog, I think it's not a really big problem. But if actually you're having like some applications which need really real time uh, changes or mutations, you must actually have interfaced with caching. Now, this is a topic that has been mostly discussed by many developers at different levels, including Next.js developers themselves. They have discussed this at length. But in this video, what I want to specifically discuss is my use case that is somehow unique, and also to tell you that it might be caching beyond what you thought. Okay, so when you go to the documentation, they talk about so many other problems, like they have caching at different levels. They will tell you caching in front end, server side, client side, and in short, they cache at the server side components. That is, if you are in API routes, they will um they will cache the data if you are fetching the data. That is server side rendering. They do caching that side, and they also do it on the client side. Okay, I don't know why they had even to do it on the client side. This is like taking it even more at a higher extent. What I mean is, all the solutions you are seeing online, the force no store, cache no store, all those ones, they are actually solving the problem at the server side. Okay, in the API routes, server actions, revalidate path, revalidate zero, all those ones are solving problems concerning server side. Now, they also have a cache at the client side. Okay, if you haven't noticed, they also have a cache on the client side. That is, if you are just doing link and navigation. I think they talk about slightly in the documentation. Okay, just go here and just type in cache. If you're just caching, actually, you must see somewhere they talk about linking and here, why you see here linking and navigation. So they talk about the cache, as you can hear here. They talk about this link component, and in the link component, actually they do caching. Okay, they do caching where they have this the prefetch, force, and so on and so forth. They also do caching at the front end. Now, most people have exhausted those areas, and probably maybe you have heard about them, but the one thing that I didn't know actually was that they have also the cache at Vercel when you host your application. Okay. So in the use case I'm just going to show you in a minute, we solved all these problems in the application, at least to my understanding. We're having the cache no store, force no store, force dynamic. We applied all those ones, revalidating 0 seconds, so that the application is giving us real time, and we're doing it within this Next.js application. Okay. But then even outside, when you host your project for sale, they go ahead and they cache the data. If you go to Vercel, just going to show you one application here. Okay, this is one of my applications. If you just go here, okay, if you just go here, you will see that under the project settings, there is where they have data cache. Okay, and they cache all the data within here. Okay, so every time you are making requests and what they are actually making requests from this cache again. Okay, and I didn't know about this. Okay, like I didn't know about the caching at the Vercel level. This was after searching countlessly on the site to solve my problem I had, and I just fall onto this data cache at the Vercel level. Now, after if you patch everything, the cache might be actually goes, but then again after a time it actually again piles, and then you still have the same problem. So this problem I'm talking about is when I was actually developing this mobile app for a client that I'm currently just working on. Okay, so this application helps uh, vendors to create ads for their products on the platform. As you can see, people who have, like, you have a car, you are selling it, you can simply sign up for an account on this application, and then you start posting your adverts. Okay, that's what basically it does, and then we get a commission, or the owner of the app will get a commission for those vendors who want to have maybe premium ads and so on and so forth. And so we actually built the whole entire API. As you can see, I can show you the entire API is running on Next.js. Okay, at least at first, the whole entire API is running at this level. You can see it has oh so many endpoints that I can show you, but this is one of the endpoints, of course, for products. I think you can also just get like categories and so on and so forth, but this was really working perfectly and fine, not until, okay, not until I faced this challenge. So one of the things is, if a user goes into the app, signs up for an account, blah blah. They eventually come to the account. When they create an ad, they come to an account and they can see their ads. Okay, as you can see, like on this page, my ads are 17. Okay, I'm getting my ads, and if I click on my ads, I should see all my ads within here, the 17 ads. Okay, and here we are filtering them by pending, live, rejected, and so on and so forth. And this was the most problematic endpoint actually. So this endpoint in development here on the app, it was working, not until actually we sent the application to the client. So on testing, the API was performing terribly, specifically in this area. The ads were not coming, they were not showing off, and for us on our end in the development, it was working. And after installing the app on our phones, the apps, the adverts were nowhere to be seen. You create the ad, and the ad is nowhere to be seen. So I went ahead and I was troubleshooting this issue, looking for the solutions. That's the when I stumbled about this caching at the level of Vercel. Okay, so when I purged everything here, when you did all the cache, the ads actually came. Okay, but then the problem were not solved, because every time we create more ads, they eventually be cached, and then I couldn't find any way to sort of, because I had already done everything at the API level, like putting force no store, cache no store, force dynamic, all those things, revalidating at zero and everything, and they were not working. So at this point I was frustrated, and what I had to do was actually to rebuild the whole entire API using Node.js. So you can see this one is actually the Next.js. You can see this is the Next.js API. It has all these things that we are being managed from here. I had to go ahead and start actually building this. I haven't finished the whole entire API, but at least the most problematic parts of the API, I transferred them to Node.js. Okay, you can see now I'm fetching all these endpoints. If you go to products for instance, you can see I have all the routes for this particular in Node.js. Okay, you can see them, we have them here. Okay, now the lessons I want you to get from this video: one, it's not just like you're going to use all the use cases. They are going to be Next.js is going to give you all the use cases. For instance, I use the same API, not the same API, but we have an API that is working so well with this application for our client. Okay, this is working so nicely and so well, and has no problem. It is using Next.js API, and some part of it is also in server actions, and the application is running smoothly. And I agree. That's why I always teach. That's why even I have an entire course. By the way, if you haven't um, if you haven't seen this course, please just go ahead, check it out. It is one of the most advanced courses I've ever created. It is so advanced, you can see the application speaks for itself. It has all the advanced features. I will leave a link where you can check it. But what I'm saying that Next.js can be really perfect for some use cases. Okay, if you're building an application, for instance, a Next.js application, and the use cases are going to be in that very world of Next.js, like that app, it is very wonderful. But in the cases where we're building, for instance, an API that is going to interact with a mobile app, consider using robust tools like Next.js, Node.js API, Express. You can use Django, Laravel. It doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want to have robust use cases, you might not actually find Next.js to be the best thing. And also takes us to the second takeaway from this video is, if you know only one tool, okay, there are those developers who get comfortable with always one thing they know on your Next.js, and you don't want to learn other things. So you can imagine if I knew only Node Next.js and I didn't know Node.js, I was going to be really having hard times convincing a client when he cannot see results in his app. So you need to have other tools on your bed, most especially if you are going to be a freelancer. Okay, and that's why I'm launching in the next video. I might just launch a Node.js crash course. I don't have anything to do with Node.js on my channel, but I'm just going to launch soon a Node.js crash course. And if you are happy to see the Node.js crash course, please comment in the comment section below. Tell me if you want to see this tutorial coming up soon. Why have just like about Node.js crash course, and you can build at least the API. And by the way, we are going to start rebuilding this same API so that you can see the techniques. And by the way, building Node.js API is so easy to tell you, because you already know Prisma. I've taught you Prisma on this channel, and you already know Prisma. If you go to these endpoints, it is very easy to fetch data when you already know Prisma. You can see, for instance, in this endpoint where we are just getting all approved products, you can see I'm just doing exactly the same. This is the endpoint. Okay. Await db.product.find many where include. These are the same exact things, exactly the way we do it in Next.js. Okay. If you just go back to the Next.js, you will see that I want to show you this very endpoint in Next.js. Like the approved products, I think is on. If I just go here and I find my products route here, you can see that this get endpoint is also just returning back the approved. It is exactly the same thing. The only thing that just changes is how you return the responses and how you catch the errors. That's the only thing that changes. And I just would be glad to show you and teach you how to use Node.js to solve some of these problems. So if you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget subscribe and also smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video.